அடபோச்சே.
ஹாய்டா.
ஹாய்டா.
ஹேய் எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம்.
ஓகே.
நான் ஜாவரோட முடியை பார்த்தா அப்படியே லைக் வண்டரிங் இவனாலாம் ஏன்டா இந்த முடி இப்போதான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தா. ஜாவர் வந்து 1.5 மணி நேரம் வந்து முடி எடுத்து வாஷ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன்னு சொன்னான். தோப்பா முடிய கழுவுறதுக்கு 1.5 மணி நேரமா?
It's not. You need to wash, then you need to squeeze the locks. Then after that, all the shampoo dirt will come out. Then you need to put 3 layers of shampoo. Then you have to tie with microfiber towel to absorb the water. Then you have to dry with hair dryer. Then you need to put your cotton shirt to let it dry. And you see, still my ends are wet, but the top is perfect.
I think based on this, the dedication, the amount of hours he put into it, right?
Yes. என்னமோ சொல்ல வர சொல்லு.
Yes, I think you can commit more to the podcast. So, be ready for some tasks coming your way.
I thought you all just assigned me.
Must do lah.
No, but on a serious question, can I use my Windows laptop to do it?
Yeah, it's a website.
You can use your normal laptop to do it. So
you can use your phone.
The man right
here. But really, my hair smells like tea tree oil. Woo! But the shampoo though is the most expensive thing.
So
it cost me $45 to buy this organic shampoo.
Loaded.
Hey, no da. Because Yan was telling that இந்த shampoo தான் யூஸ் பண்ணோம்.
ஸோ நேர்களே, வெல்கம் பேக் டு another episode of Vada Boots. இந்த வாரம் வந்து நம்ம டாபிக் என்ன பேச போறோம்னா,
definitely not about my dreadlocks.
இது ரொம்ப டீப்பான டாபிக்.
இவா இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணி விட்டுறியா? ஏன்னா இந்த டாபிக் வந்து நீ தான் நல்லா ஆழ்ந்து கக்கூஸ்ல நல்லா ஆழ்ந்து.
What time I message you all at night, right? Or morning?
Doesn't matter. கக்கூஸ்ல தான்
morning. No, but I wasn't in the toilet.
வேலை செஞ்சிருந்திருப்பான்.
No, I went to bed thinking about the topic. Then I woke up, the topic still in my mind. So
கக்கூஸ்ல தான் அது வந்துச்சு.
No lah, fuck.
சரி, நீ டாபிக் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணு.
So இந்த வாரத்தோட டாபிக் வந்து இஸ் நம்ம பேச போறது என்ன,
ஒருத்தன் பியூட்டி லோஷன் போட்டுட்டு இருக்கான். So just wait for him to finish.
Continue.
இவ்வளவு பண்ணி அசிங்கமா இருக்கானே. But okay, இந்த வாரத்தோட டாபிக் என்னன்னா, we are going to talk about humans good or bad by nature. So basically நம்ம like we're going to talking like நம்மளோட let's say default mode ஒன்று இருந்தா for humans, is it going to be are we good natured or bad natured by default? அதை பற்றி தான் பேச போகிறோம். இதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு டிஸ்க்ளைமர், we'll talk about it ஒரு philosophical point of viewல இருந்து, not in a religious perspective. So it's literally up for debate and இது வந்து no right or wrong answer lah. So இது வந்து உங்களோட ஒப்பீனியனை பொறுத்து இருக்கு. So yeah, let's start it. So before we start வந்து we have to define what is good or bad. அதை பொறுத்து வச்சு தான் we can actually have a proper answer, because good and bad is very subjective.
Yep.
So அதை வந்து நம்ம வந்து இந்த எபிசோட்க்குன்னு கான்க்ரீட்டாக டிஃபைன் பண்ணிட்டு we can move on. So
I want to say that.
What?
என்னைய பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் what is good or bad.
So I'll pitch an idea here and you all see if you all agree. So ஒரு ஈஸியான ஆர்கியூமெண்ட்க்கு, ஒரு ஈஸியான டிபேட்டுக்கு, I think good will be not inflicting harm upon others, other living things. Bad will be intending to inflict harm upon other living things.
Okay, and the intending இருக்குல்ல, can it be, I don't know whether it's intentional, unintentional also can be what, because maybe subconsciously you know the consequences but you don't.
That makes it intentional, what?
Sometimes people say they never think, then after that they say, oh, I never thought about it.
So in that case you can say that
no, I don't
good
think
one is being very empathetic to other people.
Yeah,
bad one is being very selfish to
as long you don't put someone in front of you, like you know you might hurt someone.
அந்த வகையில் நீ சொல்ல போனாக்கா intentionally harming a living thing. So what, non-vegetarians are intentionally bad people and vegetarians are good
We're not
people.
talking about food.
No.
We are talking about living things.
No. We are, I mean, this is a vegan debate lah, but we are omnivores. So things for our survival, we cannot look into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
நீ சாப்பிட்டா தானே survive பண்ணுவே.
Yeah. So things for survival. If you want to go by that topic, right, we can't even eat vegetables because they are living things also.
Yeah, that's
Correct,
that's the thing.
So that's a stupid argument that Bharat gave.
No, I'm just saying, no.
We have to survive.
In that context, that means we are bad.
But why
You
would
have-
you
okay.
take that into the context?
Okay,
If
so
நீ வந்து
so we have to.
So இதுல இருந்து
okay, so
தெரியுது really
let's-
good and bad is really subjective from all of
No.
us arguing here.
இல்ல
No,
Yeah.
The
there needs
question.
to be some decorum. There needs to be some standardization here
Standardization,
with
yeah, we need to
respect
standardize
to
first.
because okay, let me define it then in case any near has a stupid argument like that.
we got to lay on the base. ஏன்னா நீ living things. No, when you say living things, bro, the first thing is like கோழி அடிக்கிறவன் கோழி பிரியாணி சாப்பிடுறவன் நான் அதை விட கெட்டவனா?
Okay, wait. By that logic, right? You ate the chicken. Did you kill it?
If I kill it,
Did you kill it?
I didn't lah.
Ah.
But I'm the one who's cutting the dead body lah.
Yeah, but you're not inflicting harm on a living thing. What? It's a dead body. What you said?
Yeah, it's already
Okay.
a dead thing. Yeah.
So இப்போ நான் வந்து say if I grow like chickens and all that and I actually கோழி அடிச்சு சாப்பிடுவாங்கல்ல கோழி அடிச்சு சாப்பிடுவேன்னு சொல்லுவேன். So like that, are they what bad people or good people in that sense?
No, like I said, we have for survival.
So இல்ல நீ சொல்ற இல்ல living things I think we sort of like rectify what the base is for that living things.
Yeah lah.
Definition கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா
Okay,
then I
fine.
think
To put it out there, for survival, you and basic necessities, you cannot include these things. This
food.
factor. Yeah, for survival. If you kill a chicken for the fuck of it, then yeah, you're bad.
Yeah, then you're bad.
Okay. But if you're like ஒரு காடுல இருந்து the chicken was your only source of food, then yeah, kill it and eat it.
So you're saying for the sake of this argument, we just leave that part out.
No,
the
leave
sake-
the part out. There needs to be okay. I thought it could go and say it, but since we have to say it, have to exclude when you are talking about inflicting harm upon living things on the other survival இல்லாட்டி மற்ற அடிப்படை நெசசிட்டிக்கு பண்ற acts can't be considered. And this is
Okay.
அடிப்படை acts is like your food shelter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? not நம்மளோட career security or whatever shit. Basic human needs like your physiological needs.
The first layer of Maslow height.
Maslow lah, yeah.
Maslow
Yeah.
needs.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, are we okay with the definition or what?
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Cool. We can continue. We can progress.
So, what do you all think? Sharif? We debate later, but what is your stance? Are we good or bad by nature?
By default, 100% good.
Jawar?
Good.
Barif?
Good.
Okay. So,
We can move on.
yeah. So, அந்த காரணம் why I put at பிறக்கும்போது right அதான் is if we were to simplify it, அந்த நேரம் தான் is our default. It's like we put a sort of like a reset function for humans like that. We are not like computers where we can reset anything. So
Ground
at
zero
that
lah.
time, yeah, ground zero lah. At that time only நமக்கு வந்து interaction இல்லை, இந்த நம்மளோட நாடு, நம்ம environment, society-யோட interaction ஒன்றும் இல்லை. So that's when is our true nature. So after like நம்ம வளர்ந்த பிறகு I think we can all agree that நிறைய நல்லதான் பண்ணுவோம், நிறைய கெட்டதான் பண்ணுவோம். And வேற philosophies இருக்கு to determine whether you're a good person or whether you're a bad person. நிறைய systems இருக்கு, all that. But do you all think that ஒரு broad perspectiveல சொன்னா is generally people, do you think in adult society are doing more good or more bad?
At the current situation?
General.
As adults, not by default, but
Bad.
in our society.
Bad.
I know there's a percentage of good and bad people, but generally, broadly speaking, if you had to pick a side, if you okay, to make it simpler, give a percentage.
I think 70% bad.
Okay, start with Jawar. 70% bad, 30%
Yeah.
good. Sharif?
ஒரு 60% good, 40% bad.
Barif?
It's a very gross, very
I know.
Yeah.
We will get to that.
50-50.
50-50. I am a little bit similar to Barif. I am like 49-51.
Yeah.
51 being bad.
Yeah, it's about there. You can't really define
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So for argument's sake, I'll go first. Why I put 51-49 now? Because நம்மளோட perception of human beings, right? அது வந்து we are very heavily influenced by what we see in the media.
Yeah.
பி சோஷியல் மீடியா, டிவி, நியூஸ் பேப்பர், ரேடியோ ஏதாவது இருக்கட்டும், நம்மளோட உலகத்தில் நடக்கிற சம்பவங்கள், மற்றவர்கள் செய்கிற செயல்கள், அதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்மளோட மீடியாவை பொறுத்து தான் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து அந்த பெர்செப்ஷன் ஷேப் ஆகுது. ஃபார் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் அஸ், if you're not seeking answers like in the மாதிரி question, are people good or bad, right? You're just passively consuming media, right? And the way media works is that அவங்க வந்து they'll take most newsworthy, most attractive items and feature it. Most of the time it's bad stuff that gets good features.
They are not really concerned with ஏதாச்சும் like உண்மையா இருக்கா.
Yeah,
they're not concerned. They just
whether they want to see how many clicks
most,
they get.
how many clicks, the most attention.
Yeah. So, and if you want to find good news, you have to seek it out, or you have to find on a topical basis. இல்லாட்டி ஏதாவது ஒரு government, இல்லாட்டி
Find good news.
like planting more trees, governments trying to reduce carbon emission, trying to protect, kind of put laws to prevent animal cruelty, இதாவது. So இந்த மாதிரி செயல்கள், இந்த மாதிரி செய்தி யூஸ்வலி கவர்மெண்ட் அரசாங்க நிலையிலிருந்து செஞ்சா, இல்லாட்டி ரொம்ப நோட்டபிள் பீப்புள், ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸான பீப்புள் செஞ்சாதான் நியூஸ்ல ஃபீச்சர் ஆகும். நம்ம மாதிரி சராசரி மனிதர்கள் நிறைய இந்த மாதிரி செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். But it doesn't get featured. But if a regular person does a bad thing, it gets featured.
Yep.
You see? So that's just the way the media works, unfortunately. அது மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பேசிஸ்ல வச்சு தான் I cannot consideration வச்சு I couldn't say that we are 70% bad or 60% bad or good, because there's always that room for doubt that நல்லது செய்யறவங்க வந்து அவங்களுக்கு அந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் கிடைக்கல, அவங்க என்ன செய்யறாங்கன்னு சொல்ற.
From a media student perspective, நீ முதல்ல சொன்ன அந்த நியூஸ் worthyங்கிறத இது பார்த்தாக்கா, it's not good news. It's usually the bad news, which is, like, because at a very base level, humans, they are more curious as to what is happening there.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate fact. அதுதான் உண்மை. ஸோ ஒரு volcano erupt பண்ணுதா, இல்லை ஒரு மரம் வளர்க்குறாங்களா, which news will garner more attention? It will obviously be the volcano eruption. That is the fact.
I have like ஒரு theory regarding this whole thing, why humans are more attracted to இந்த மாதிரி negative இல்லாட்டி very controversial kind of news. Because நம்மோட baseline வந்து is that we are good, we expect ஒரு some kind of normal or some kind of like a routine within our lives, and the routine வந்து it could be a good routine, like wake up, go to work, feed our families, spend time with our families and spend time with friends. The moment we see something out of order, or let we see some kind of a controversial news வந்து immediately நம்ம focus வந்து we tend to we have some kind of brain immune system, we tend to focus on that kind of issue. Because we need to study it, we need to inform ourselves what is happening here. And mudinja we can come to a decision of how to neutralize that kind of bad news. So we can go back to that normalcy.
Actually, Shari சொன்னதை விட I feel I say it in a different angle.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Because good news and usually பார்த்தா I don't think you want to like talk about it, but bad news is easier to வதந்தி கலப்புறது, easier to gossip. That's why I think bad news is spreading faster. Good news is, you got see this, இந்த மாதிரி நடந்துச்சு, அவ்வளவுதான். இதை bad news, இதை பாத்தியா, இந்த மாதிரி நடந்துச்சு, அவன் என்ன பண்ணான்னு தெரியுமா, எப்படி பண்ணான்னு தெரியுமா, என்ன நடந்துச்சுன்னு தெரியுமா, then they will go tell.
It's always like it's sort of a counter to our normal routine kind
That's why I feel it's more easier to gossip.
Correct.
I don't think it's a normal routine. I feel it's like easier to gossip. That is why. That's my point of view lah. Yuva?
நான் என்னோட முதல்ல சொன்ன பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் வந்து ஒரு மீடியா ஸ்டூடெண்டோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ், பட் இட் டைஸ் இன் டு வாட் யூ கைஸ் செட். பிகாஸ் நான் சொன்ன ரீசன் வந்து ஏன் பேட் நியூஸ் இல்லாட்டி அன்பிளசன்ட் ஸ்டஃப் தான் ரொம்ப மீடியாவில் வருதுன்னா, இஸ் பிகாஸ் இட் கெட்ஸ் மோர் கிளிக்ஸ். ஸோ யோர் ஆன்சர் இஸ் an extension of mine. More people click, more people read, more people tell others, they share the story. So it's like an online version of what you said lah. நான் சொன்னது.
It's generally more things to write about also.
Yes and no. Okay, so because now where I say, okay, so for example, take my job now, right? And I'm working for a social enterprise. So without talking too much about my job, but there's a lot of things that I know நிறைய other social enterprises do also, and the amount of stories that you can get out of the work that social enterprises do, all the NGOs do, ஏன்னா நிறைய events பண்ணுவாங்க, நிறைய benefit to the planet, to the people, to the underserved people, or நிறைய benefits இருக்கு, but it doesn't generate as much traction online as something like animal cruelty or something like murder or something like that. I'm not putting down this sort of news. I think it's alarming also, especially animal cruelty. I fucking hate it.
No, even murder to a certain extent
Yeah,
to alarm the community.
Murder disturbs
Yeah,
me a lot. Yeah.
because all these are more like, I don't know. It's just more scary. I think it plays into the fear factor when you see these sort of things.
It's awareness, raising
Yeah.
awareness.
And if I give any, I mean, normally if you give me a piece of news like யாராவது ஒரு $1 million they donated to a charity, or somebody like murdered someone, I'm more likely to read the murder story also.
No, very simple story. You know the badminton, the athlete who represented Singapore and won the badminton world championship. அவனுக்கு வந்து what happened was a few of the top notch businessmen, because he wasn't paid, they actually raised
Donated
fund.
something like that.
They raised fund up to 117,000. That is the last amount I saw lah. I'm not so clear, but you see, this news actually literally slipped.
No, le.
Not many people know that.
No,
It's not in the front cover. It's not nowhere. How many of you know? You know.
I didn't know.
I knew
see?
a bit. I knew a bit. Yeah.
Yuva
I
don't
knew
know.
a bit. Yeah.
Sharif know.
It somehow like coincides with என்னோட நான் முதல்ல சொன்ன theory வந்து it kind of coincides with that theory, because we are constantly looking out for something which will which may disrupt our routine lives. We are constantly looking out for something that may be a threat to our like our peace and stability. So from in that sense, I can explain it can explain why why humans are drawn to more negative kind of news, because அவங்களோட baseline வந்து is to be good and routine and normal
Okay, so
within their own societies. Yeah.
so now that we talked about perception, right? So we started with default, then I'm going to move on to our perception as adults, right? So do you think as adults, I sort of answered this question, but let's just reinforce it after நம்மளோட current conclusions lah. As adults, are you all still sticking by your answers, that your percentages that you all gave about people being good and bad?
Yeah.
Same, right?
Maybe
Okay.
எனக்கு வந்து maybe I'll adjust it to 55 good 45 bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is where the debate comes in. So your answer at the start was overwhelmingly the ஆரம்பத்துல பிறக்கும்போது people are good, and now it's like 50-50 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Why the discrepancy?
For me, right, I still sticking by my percentage 70 to 30. Okay, very simple reason. The most
70
of
to 30, sorry, good, bad 70.
no, it's bad 70,
Bad
30
70
good.
yeah.
Bad
Even though you
70?
said by default there is the humans are good.
Yeah, even
So-
though I say no, I'm talking about grown adults. I'm not
Okay,
talking
so
about
70% bad, 30%
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And the conclusion நான் வந்த காரணம் is very simple. It was during my NS phase.
Elaborate?
Okay, because my NS என்னோட vocation வந்து I was under Transcom. On a regular day, I visit 12 to 13 stations.
Wait, hold on. NS வந்து சிங்கப்பூர்ல வந்து ஆண்கள் செய்யற தேசிய சேவை. ஸோ 2 வருஷம் சிங்கப்பூர் ஆண்கள் வந்து தேசிய சேவை செய்யணும், ஒரு 18-20 plus years old.
So நான் வந்து ஒரு நாளைக்கு வந்து I spend 12 to 13 stations easily. And the 12 to 13 station வந்து ஒரு station வந்து minimum வந்து 45 minutes இருக்கும்.
To travel, to go
No,
to
to
12.
be in that station, to petrol in that station.
So you have to patrol 12 to 13 stations.
Yes, I patrolling 12 to 13 stations, and one station is like 45 minutes bare minimum. And the thing is, ஒரு ஸ்டேஷன்லேருந்து இன்னொரு ஸ்டேஷன் வந்து actually very far இருக்கலாம், the distance I'm talking about. So I can say that I actually one day travel around Singapore in my work shift. Morning shift, I have morning shiftல 2 shift இருக்கு, night shiftல 2 shift இருக்கு. So I around the clock like அந்த மாதிரி நான் பெட்ரோல் பண்ணும்போது most of the things I saw outside is why made me feel like that. It can be as easy as someone waiting for the gantry to open, people pushing. As easy as that to as severe as getting into a fist fight.
So,
And I actually feel that when people are in a rush or when people வந்து ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு சிந்தனையில இருக்கும் போதே they tend to forget about other people or other people emotion and they react to it. And that is why I feel that 70% are bad.
Okay. So, Jawhar, நீ சொன்னியா, I think being in this kind of public transport is actually a good sample size. So, நீ சொன்னியா, because you see every day at least a few incidents of, people, pushing each other and being selfish, right? Is it
That minimum, that's the minimum thing I saw.
is it coincident? And the number of incidents you saw, is it similar to 70-30%?
Yeah,
Is it
70%. Okay,
Are 70% of public people doing this kind of acts versus 30%?
exactly. Yes.
Are they doing, in your
Yes,
view, 100%?
I'm talking about it. Yes, you know why? I'm not seeing it one station. Imagine I see it in 12 consecutive station. ஒரு ஸ்டேஷன்ல 10 பேர் செஞ்சா ஒரு நாளைக்கு நான் 12 ஸ்டேஷன் போனா எத்தனை பேர் ஆச்சு? 120 பேர் ஆச்சு.
No. Okay, wait. How many people travel in transport daily?
That one I cannot give a calculation lah. Millions of
maybe
people.
millions,
No, but
but-
I'm giving you a bare calculation. Like ஒரு நாளைக்கு, just imagine for example I saw 10, but definitely I'm not going to see 10 people in one station, right?
No. I think mistake me. ஒரு நாளைக்கு வந்து, okay, maybe you see around maybe 10,000 people because you patrol a lot during NS. So how many incidents within that 10,000 people do you see? How many people do you see do bad acts?
Every station I see.
How many
people?
Give a.
I know where Shari is going. I understand.
Okay,
are
we
7,000
go,
people
okay.
doing it?
அப்படி அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டேஷன்ல நீ பாத்தீனா அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டேஷன்ல பாத்தீனா there are some station that is deserted what.
No, okay, never mind. I'm talking about.
இரு ஜவர் வாழைப்பழ கதையை நான் சொல்றேன்.
டேய் I coming to the point already. I understand. Why முடிக்கிட்டேரி.
So yeah, in gist what Sharif say was, if let's say if your argument was 70%, right? ஒரு ட்ரெயின்ல 10 carriage இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோ.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 carriage must have a fight.
7 out of 10 carriage have a dispute.
So his point
In
is,
one train.
In one train.
7 out of 10.
No.
I'm not kidding. Okay, let me tell you. I'm talking
I
about.
don't believe this.
Okay. I'm talking about. Wait.
He's talking about the train to Busan.
No. Listen. Okay, you're not getting my point. Okay, I say as small as pushing someone. Okay,
Yeah.
if you push someone,
Okay.
and then it is normal what. So if there's some people won't even react, stepping on the leg, knowing that there's no space by going inside, stepping on the leg.
but then
No,
that's not
good or
intentional.
bad
Already what?
That's not
No.
intentional. Da.
Okay, think about it. How is it not intentional when you open the train opens and there's no space and you push people to go in?
Pushing,
Okay.
No, stepping
pushing
on
is
leg.
bad. Unintentional
Yeah, you're
stepping.
pushing someone, you're kicking
pushing.
someone. Imagine, think about it. There's a pregnant woman standing. You don't know.
You see. The point, right? The point is, இப்போ நீ 10,000 பேர் பார்க்குற சரியா, அந்த 10,000 பேர்ல 7,000 people are doing something foolish, something bad in this context.
I told you what, as minimum as pushing.
Yeah.
So I
So
feel that this,
7,000 people. You're telling me 7,000 people are pushing.
Wait. Let's not lose focus of this.
Yeah.
This is an opinion piece. Jawhar has
It's
a
very
right to stick to
anecdotal,
his
yeah.
opinion.
Very anecdotal. Yeah, fine.
He has different exposure than us. We have to respect that.
Yeah.
But
I do train walks in the middle of a peak hour,
we
from one
might-
carriage to another.
so the three of us, like meaning me, Barav and Sharif, might disagree. Where I personally don't think it's 70%. I think it's 60 or 55 maybe. But
Yeah.
Jawhar has a right to his opinion, and the point of this is not to refute him. He has.
இல்ல. I'm not.
to
Let me
hear him
clarify.
out.
I'm not
Yeah,
refuting
same,
you.
same,
I'm
not
not.
refuting.
I'm asking. I'm clarifying whether it's 70%, because if you tell me
Correct.
60%, right? It's
Yeah. Okay, but okay, when you bought a train, okay,
Yeah.
simple. நீ உள்ளுக்கு போற இடம் இருக்கு உட்கார்ற. Okay, or you go inside the train. There's a nice space to stand. You stand there and you don't move.
Yeah.
Are you going to change carriage, like one carriage to another?
No, but okay. So based on, I'm actually going to cite Jawhar here. Why? Because our argument என்னன்னா, even the little things count. Little things like pushing or little things like stepping on someone's leg and the மாதிரி. Based on my experience, so train இருக்கும்போது almost every cabin, right, you can see வந்து அந்த ரிசர்வ் சீட்லாம் இருக்கும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. Almost every cabin you can see some youngsters sitting there when there is some elderly or some pregnant lady standing there. That, in my opinion, is considered a bad deed. And that happens across cabins in a single train.
I'm actually also siding Jawar. To be honest, right, I'm siding you.
But you
And
don't agree to the percentage, is it?
I think the numbers are over
same lah.
exaggerated.
I think the
maybe-
percentage is an
I
exaggeration.
think the
but-
numbers are over exaggerated, but I completely agree with you because you have more.
Yeah,
you
he
நீ
has
சொன்ன
more
மாதிரி
exposure.
you have a groundwork. அந்த 12-13 ஸ்டேஷன்ஸ் நீ வந்து 2 வருஷம் ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு மேல செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருப்ப. So I completely understand and I completely agree with your statement.
But I won't say there is no good things because I have seen good things also.
Yeah. I mean, you do give 30%.
I have seen people, a lady got punched and all the passerby went to smack the fella down and immediately call police.
I don't know
like
if that's a
smack
good thing
in
or
sense
what,
of-
but
I don't know if did the Rock Stone Cold come in?
the defense
I-
was good, but the way they defended might not be good.
No, the fella was literally sitting down. This happened in Orchard Gateway, yeah. Okay, and he was screaming.
Yeah,
It's like, I didn't do anything.
So, Barif, yours. Wait, what was my question before?
I forgot the question. Sorry.
No, actually,
no, you
I
were
agree
siding.
with Jao also, but I just I feel the percentage
Ah,
is
yeah,
a bit
percentage.
exaggerated.
Is the percentage?
Barif, you are sticking to your percentage, right?
My percent. Okay, which percentage are we talking about?
You started with 50-50.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with
Sticking
it.
to it, right? Okay. So, the main question I will ask, because இதில் வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஆரம்பத்தில் எஸ் வி ஆர் குட் பை நேச்சர் சொல்லிட்டு அடல்ட் ஆகிட்ட பிறகு இந்த மாதிரி ஆயிருக்கோன்னு லைக் த இஸ் எ ஸ்பிளிட் பிட்வீன் குட் அண்ட் பேட் பீப்புள்னு ஒரு டிசிஷனுக்கும் வந்திருக்கோம். இதில் கேள்வி என்னன்னா, why do you all think that more people are becoming bad as they grow up?
Simple selfishness.
Selfishness and arrogance.
No,
ஒரு
I don't think
nature-
there's any arrogance to play part. My arrogant வந்து is a character kind of thing, but selfish. You only care about yourself.
I'm going to give a more open-ended answer, which is nurture lah.
Nurture lah.
Environment.
Selfishness and arrogance through nurture. That's my
Exposure.
answer.
Exposure.
That's nurture.
Nurture. Yeah.
Exposure lah.
That's
Nurture.
nurture lah.
Because I'll give a crack. I'll give a crack at
இன்னைக்கு பாரு ஒரு ஃபார்ம்ல இருக்கான்.
it.
ஒண்ணும் இல்லடா.
Hey, exposure nurture டா.
தெரியும். ஸோ இப்போ ஜவரோட எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். லைக் ஒருத்தங்க புஷ் பண்ணுறாங்க, ஒருத்தங்க இன்னும் நாட் சிட்டிங் டவுன் இந்த ஒருத்தர் வயசானவங்க பார்க்குறாங்க, பட் நாட் கிவிங் அ சீட் டு தெம். It's down to their teachings. It's down to what they've seen and all that. Nurture. Basically, what you say lah. But then again, the underlying question here I have is like, and the exposure when how do we are naturally exposed to good and bad, and we are exposed to both good and bad. ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் நம்ம எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆயிருக்கோம், but we are naturally attracted to the bad. How we deduce this is through the news articles that come.
I have a slight, if I can interrupt you for a moment, I have a slight counter to your point. ஏன்னா நான் சொன்ன இது வந்து okay, let's take in to us as 90s kids வளருது, not the 2000 kids onwards, like 90sல வளர்ந்தது, because I don't know what it is like for kids nowadays. So நம்ம வளரும் போது media and all was limited, especially in our formative years, like ஒரு like let's take it as 4 to 16 years old, okay, at that time. 4 to 16 or 4 to 12, we are primarily learning through our caregivers.
Yes.
Our circle, நம்ம வீட்ல இருக்கிறவங்க, நம்ம ஸ்கூல் கிளிக்ஸ், அது மூலமா நம்ம லேர்ன் பண்றோம்
mainly.
Yeah. So, and it's still true to this point, although media plays a bigger part, but in the human interaction is still very, very important. So, in the வளர்ற வயசுல நம்ம are picking up so many things through imitating our parents' behaviors, imitating our friends' behaviors. So, whether we are good or bad, in my opinion, for our generation, to broadly say, I think it really depends on our caregivers, parents and teachers and friends. Friends to an extent.
I would say friends to a certain, not say to an extent, I would say friends about 20-30%. Because the formative years,
Yeah.
we spend more time with friends.
Yeah.
Schools. Put it down. So actually part of it, we are our group that is what defines us to a certain extent in that.
I agree with
To
that.
some extent, yeah.
To some extent. But எனக்கு என்னன்னா, நீ முதல்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி நீ டிஃபைன் குட் பேட்னு சொல்றீல, உன் ஃப்ரெண்டு வந்து சே வெரி சிம்பிள் சிகரெட் பிடிக்கிறது, ஓகே, டு மீ இஸ் பேட். it harms your body. So to me, it's bad. But
But you're
then
harming your body.
He's
What?
harming your body, not himself.
to
Not
me,
himself
I
only.
say to me, it's bad because I'm harming my body if I'm smoking, right? But I will pick it up if, let's say, peer pressure and the mari. When you talk about bad, right, and the smoking, for example, let's take smoking as an example. And the friend circle, to me, right, smoking is bad. So if I have like 10 friends வந்து 10 பேரும் ஸ்மோக் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்கன்னா, it takes a lot of discipline for me not to join the group. But then there is something called peer pressure. So therefore, I more or less may tend to join the group in that sense. And even if I don't join the group, I am around them. So I'm like a passive smoker.
So let me just put a disclaimer here and then give a point also. So just Bharat, for the extension of Bharat's point, we are not saying that smokers are bad people, because there is a wide perception that because people say smoking is bad, we are saying smokers are bad. No. Smoking we feel is bad because of their health effects. That's it. Nothing to do with you as a person. If you are a smoker and you're listening,
Nothing
no
to do with
offense.
your character. Yeah.
Please take it lightly. You're a good person.
Yes, please
Let's move on.
We believe you're a good person.
Bharat address வேணாலும் நான் தரேன்.
I
If
think
you fall into Jawahar's 30%, you're a good person. Okay, okay, so now my extension, my rebuttal to Bharav's point. If let's say நீ வந்து ஒரு group order இருக்க and then the group smokes and then you pick up smoking as a result, that's not their fault, that's your fault. They are bad if they give you a cigarette and shove it down your mouth. You yourself pick up the cigarette, you lit it up, you put it in your mouth, then it's your pasal.
so. In a way, that defines what's bad and good, right?
No.
How does that define
Okay.
what's bad and good?
Okay, I got another thing also. இப்போ நீ வந்து passive smoking வழியா, if you are affecting others, which you say it is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are smoking and people are walking past and you are at a generic place and you are affecting others, that is wrong. But if you are smoking and the person who who doesn't smoke insists of standing there, it's on them, not on you.
Yeah.
So there's two different things to see.
Yeah lah. Yeah.
So if you choose to smoke knowing that there are kids playing around and walking around, that is wrong. That is why government now what they did for new
Designated
estates,
zones lah.
designated smoking zone.
Yeah.
And if you don't smoke there and you get fined, it's on you also.
Yeah.
And you know there's a designated smoking area and you're smoking outside means, and that makes you a bad person.
I agree with Jawar.
ஸோ ஷரீஃப் உன்கிட்ட கேட்கணும், லைக் நீ ஆரம்பத்தில் வந்து ஒரு பெர்சன்டேஜ் கொடுத்து அடாப்ட் ஆகிட்ட பிறகு வேற பெர்சன்டேஜ் கொடுத்தேன். ஸோ வாய் த டிஃப்ரென்ஸ்?
Or why the discrepancy between initial வந்து குட்டா இருக்கும் and the adult வர வரைக்கும் we tend to become a bit more bad. I have few underlying reasons. முதல்ல சொல்லியிருப்பேன், I think selfishness and arrogance. I also want to add one more thing, which is bayam. Like the bayam வந்து the fear that we are going to lose what's dear to ours.
Okay.
Maybe to maybe media la சொல்லிருப்பாங்க, oh, this group of people are coming inside our country, they are going to steal our நம்ம காசு வந்து steal பண்ண போறாங்க, so please be on the lookout or something like that. So அந்த பயம் வரும்ல, so in that அந்த பயத்துல வந்து we tend to do stupid things or we tend to do evil things to safeguard what is in our best interest. So
but that one right ties into something that we already mentioned just now, which is your basic need, your physiological need. Security is a first layer in Maslow's need, right?
Correct. So the thing is, நமக்கு பயம் ஏற்படுறது வந்து maybe what we are scared of losing is something which is not really needed to us, or maybe someone is influencing us that of false stories or false stories. So
Propagandas lah.
Due to propaganda, correct. Due to propaganda, and we நம்ம வந்து maybe the mainstream media they psycho us to be to be more hateful of this group of people who are coming into the country. So any immigrant issue, basic immigrant issue is that I think this is the problem. The local people வந்து அவங்க பயப்படுறாங்க, because my job will be gone or my income will be gone. So அந்த பயத்துல வந்து they tend to go to the extremes of hate speech, relative violence. Yeah, they tend to do what we generically consider bad. So I think fear is one of the big reasons of why we tend to become bad people as well.
But if you do hate speech or violence, is on you also, right?
Yeah, I mean
the person giving the speech is bad,
correct, and then we reciprocate
the person
by
who
also
does,
acting out.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Then
start to do riot or
plays
protest.
to Bharat's point of peer pressure. What?
No,
Yes.
peer pressure is one thing, but you acted on the pressure. That makes you bad. Is your action.
I acted on a propaganda.
So my opinion about this is that now and I also started with we are good by default, and then wala I say like 51-49, 51 bad, 49 good. Okay, so let me explain the 1% difference first. My whole and the 1% difference, I included people who intend to do good but don't do good. Meaning you have the intention to do something like or a donation, related to give up a seat or something, but you don't act on it. That, in my opinion, is a bad thing. Not in the context of our episode. Now, I define good and bad a certain way, but in my opinion, your negligence is causing harm to someone who could have benefited from your effort. Because if let's say நான் வந்து ஒரு reserve seat உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கேன், and there's a pregnant lady who's carrying so much weight because of a child, might probably be having back pain or whatever, and I'm just lazy to get up and it's making her feel uncomfortable and her stressed, that's a bad thing. That's inflicting harm upon her in a way. Okay, so that's why I tied this 1% here. Why other than that is 50-50 is number one, because of the exposure as an adult. I'm not sure, like Jawar இருந்த மாதிரி, like he went on trains and all that, he saw a large number of people.
No, my I'm not train is general public transport, bus and train.
தெரியும்டா.
Yeah.
சொல்லிக்கணும்.
இல்ல அவர் பாயிண்ட் கிளாரிஃபை பண்ண நேருக்கு என்ன நினைப்பாங்க, வெறும் வெட்டியா ட்ரெயின்ல தானே சுத்திக்கிட்டு இருப்பேன் வெட்டி நாய.
Hey, ticket.
Okay,
I don't check that lah.
So my my reasoning is that நான் வந்து இப்போ the knowledge I get, the context I get about human beings is literally என்னோட environmentல இருக்கிறவங்க மற்றும் நியூஸ் சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் படிக்கிறது மட்டும்தான். ஸோ there's a lot of stuff that நடக்கிறது எனக்கு தெரியாது, that be it good or bad. So I'm in no
position.
I'm in no position to
qualified position also.
To overwhelmingly, I mean, none of us are qualified, but in our opinion, like I'm in no position to give a very strong-sided answer. ஏன்னா, like for example, நான் ஜிம்க்கு போறேன். I've seen so many good deeds that the people in gyms do. Like the community is very nice there, which is why I'm drawn to the place also. It's just a nice place to go. Yeah, which is why I'm very hesitant to change gym also lah. Like in gym, I've seen so many good things that people do. Like your help, if somebody's struggling, they literally run up to help to people. I've seen so many of those things. And at the same time, I've seen bad things. Like when people are clearly waiting for something and they just fucking hog the machine or whatever. Like COVID சூழ்நிலையில, you have to wipe down your equipment after using, right? So to take the effort to do it is considered a good thing in my opinion also. So இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய சம்பவங்கள் இருக்குது, or things like when somebody drops their wallet or something, you pick it up and give it to them, or another thing that people do is just ignore it and use their phone. Or when let's say an elderly person drop their like groceries, you just walk past, or you can help them also. So நிறைய இது இருக்கு to influence my perspective in this answer. But why I think my answer from yes came to a percentage was like you all said, nurture. நிறைய like நம்மளோட caregivers பத்தி பேசிட்டேன், and வளர we are ஒரு saying இருக்கு இங்கிலீஷ்ல, is a dog eat dog world. So basically நம்ம வந்து is so, especially urban setting like city life it's so competitive that you need to ஒரு train of thought இருக்கு, ஒரு philosophy இருக்கு there where you need to step on other people to get to where you want to be. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு situation இருக்கு in people's minds. Like, and if you go into corporate world, right, அந்த மாதிரி தான் சில பேர் நடந்துக்கிறாங்க.
Yeah.
They won't hesitate to throw you under the bus so that they can get a promotion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's true and I've seen it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, நம்மளோட environment, நம்மளோட exposure, பிள்ளையா இருக்கும்போது our things that we are exposed to, media. So one thing that I think we all agree is that nurture is what makes it challenging for people to maintain goodness.
Maintain good, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because நிறைய இது வந்திருக்கு, then selfishness. I'm not saying being selfish is a bad thing, because to some extent you do need to be in order to survive, depending on உங்களோட society.
அந்த selfishலயும் பேராசை, yeah.
To your point, you are நீ சொன்னீங்க like people are not bad because they are negligent. உதவி செய்யறதுக்கு வந்து அவங்க ரொம்ப negligent இருக்காங்கன்னு. So quite some time back, நீ பேசும்போது தான் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்துச்சு இது. வேலையில இருந்து we interview people lah, podcast I work at. So we interview the kindness, this kindness movement in Singapore, the Singawa. அதோட சேர்மனை வந்து நம்ம இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணோம். அவர் ஒன்று ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் சொன்னார், அது இன்ன வரைக்கும் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கு. Everybody are kind. Everybody. So in this context, everybody are good. Okay, I would say it's about the same lah. It just takes somebody to start the deed, and they will follow.
Yeah. Shit. There was a theory about it. Imitation theory. Imitation theory.
Features of imitation. Yeah.
Honestly, right, I feel if you all realize, I feel very driven, like lost, right? Is because I finding for this Joker quote, the 2019 one. The one he said that I could be lying down in the street and people would just
walk all over him.
Walk all over.
Yeah, I think that movie, right, really shows about good and bad very distinctively.
That shows about bad.
Yeah,
a lot of bad.
Okay, so
but there is subjective. That they did say that how they are doing good, but at the end of the day, he say negativity. People, you can ask me whole day how my work is, but all I can think about is negativity. There's also in you lah to do bad.
Yeah, up to and the movie
that movie is like very
theory which is actually there's a theory going on in that Joker movie and the showing is actually our perception of why the world is treating him. Maybe it's not the actual
it's not
reality.
the whole thing, but
maybe it's his own perception. Yeah.
So wait, to tie into Bharav's point about if you see one good deed, you're more likely to do it also, right? It's the same. I think kindness is infectious. No, the phrase. I think infectious. Yeah, that's the phrase. If I'm right, pardon me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the phrase. Kindness is infectious. It can be something as I think we talked about this a couple of months ago. So an episode like if a stranger.
So நேர்களை இப்ப இவா பாயிண்ட் சொல்றது வந்து நிறுத்திட்டாருன்னா காட்டுல இருந்து ஒரு பூதம் இப்பதான் வந்திருக்கு.
முடி ஈரமா இருக்குடா. சாரிடா.
தோப்பா முடிடானே ஃபேன் கிட்ட கழட்டி வை.
அரைஞ்சிருவேன்.
எதால முடினாலயா?
Always spread positivity.
Yes, okay.
Is this love?
Okay, so to tie into my point like about kindness being contagious, like a few months ago at the பத்தி பேசிருக்கேன், like if a stranger, if you just pass by a stranger, if you're paying for something at a grocery store and the cashier smiles at you, you're more likely to smile back and you're more likely to smile at someone else as a result. That's just how it works. And if let's say when நீங்க வெளிய போகும்போது if you see someone like fighting with someone else or just being rude to someone else, you're more likely to have a negative vibe or negative mood after that also, so that goes to show that நம்ம மனுஷர்களுக்கு இருக்கிற அந்த ஒரு power. Mute yourself lah.
Oh, sorry.
I shut off his camera today because I cannot take it. I cannot stop laughing. நீ நல்ல ஒரு பாயிண்ட் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்க, but
so that goes to show about how the power that individuals have lah. Like a simple thing like smiling can help influence someone else to have a better day, and maybe they may help someone else also. So in the மாதிரி நிறைய பேர், if they take the effort to like just lower their screens for a while and don't lose the human touch that they have, I think it can help us make the world, I mean, not to sound too cheesy, it can help make the world a better place if everyone or more people play their part.
That's true. Everyone has to do a bit of helping out each other.
Yeah.
It's not don't be ஒரு சுயநல வந்து like don't have that சுயநல kind of mentality and then think of everything why people are not doing this for me.
Yeah.
நாங்க வந்து what can we do for other people? And mentality வச்சுக்குவோம். We can start doing good deeds slowly one by one.
Yeah.
From that stage.
You are Sharif, நீங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் சொன்ன பாயிண்ட்ல வந்து I need to also share that we are culprits of these actions at certain point in our lives.
I guess.
Of course.
Okay, we are not say angels. So if யாராச்சும் வந்து கேட்டிங்கன்னா ஏன் நீங்களாம் இதை பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா, there have been points where not, but I'm pretty sure we have also done it where we've stepped up to do something nice for someone, to be kind, be good.
To be honest, I was more negligent when I was younger.
Yeah, same.
Now I'm very conscious. I'm not saying that I'm like very ரொம்ப நல்லவன் இல்ல, but if என் மைண்டுக்கு தோணுச்சுன்னா like நல்லது செய்யணும்னு I would say a good percentage of the time I don't ignore it.
I don't tell when I'm doing good. I just
Yeah,
do
I
it.
should. Yeah.
I just அதுதான் எனக்கு அந்த ஹேபிட். ஒரு இது செய்றோமா செஞ்சுட்டு walk away. Don't expect anything.
Yeah, I mean, don't expect anything is one thing, but don't tell. That point, right? Sharif and I spoke about this a few months ago. So we are about on one of our episodes. நல்லது செஞ்சா should you publicize it? We had
It's the one with the courtesy thingy. The episode.
என்னடா முடி பேசுது?
இந்த வாரத்தோட ஸ்னிப்பட்.
அண்ணே அவதார்ண்ணே படத்தை ரிலீஸ் பண்றாரு.
கஷ்டப்பட்டு முடிய செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
நான் சொல்லிட்டேன் தோப்பா முடிய வந்து கலட்டிட்டு அப்படியே ஃபேன் மூலமா வை காஞ்சிடும், இல்ல கிளிப்பு குத்தி வெளியே காய வை.
This is also dedication to maintain.
We never talk about education today.
You're hurting me, da. You're not doing good thing, you know. You're telling bad things about me. All of y'all. So you all are bad.
We're talking about your hair, bitch. We're not talking about you.
Yeah.
We're not harming you. It's not even your hair.
You're harming me. I'm feeling upset.
Some other person hair.
That man, I can be part of 30% for a while when I talk to you.
When it comes to Jawar, I'll be the 50%. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, tying that to now, a few months ago we talked about this, like Sharif had பேசியிருந்தோம் சேரிட்டியை பற்றி. லைக் if you do it and you நிறைய பேர் charity work செஞ்சு whether they publicize it or not, some people don't do it because they think like it's like bragging like that. And I mean, now இதுக்கு வந்து I'm not for or against, but based on what we just spoke about a few minutes ago, like kindness is contagious, right? If let's say you publicize that you did something in the hopes that other people can follow, then I think it's a good thing also, because like I said, kindness is contagious. So no harm doing. So with that being said, I think we've had a pretty good episode with regards to talking about human beings, like generally நம்மளோட ஆரம்பம், like how we are born, how nature and nurture shapes us, and where factors can affect whether one single human being can be good or bad, or how they can be perceived as good or bad. And we even like covered about how ஒரு individualக்கு we have the ability to improve at least a few hours or a day of someone else who we pass by simply by smiling. So இதே action if more of us do, ourselves included, myself included also, if we make more effort to be conscious about being good to other people, I think the world can be a better place than it is.
All it takes is a smile.
Yeah.
அவ்வளோதான். ஸோ நம்ம வந்து ஒரு போல் போடுறோம் ஸ்பாட்டிஃபைல. Do you think, நேர்களே நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? Do you think we humans are we good or bad in Yuva's definition? From Yuva's definition in that sense. So yeah, we've come to the end of the episode, and we hope இந்த எபிசோடை கேட்டு நீங்களும் ஒரு ஒப்பீனியனோட இருப்பீங்க. அட்லீஸ்ட் இஃப் there's one thing நீங்களாம் இதை கேட்டு if there's one thing you'll learn from it, smile. Keep that smile no matter how hot the day is, no matter how no matter how bad the weather is. Keep a smile, keep your chin up, everything will be good. Hope you all have a good episode. இந்த நாயங்களா
honestly this was a very long episode. Informative long episode.
ரொம்ப ரிசர்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த ஃபேக்ட் பிரசன்ட் பண்ணிருக்கான்.
Wow.
பட போச்சே.